Jaws caught. Oh, Jaws. Jaws caught by that. Yeah. I'm still like use one from his 10 minutes. TRX 13.3. Literally everyone's doing like this. Fair play. Fine. That's alright with me.
Yo, JD here, and we are here for, I believe, round 18 of ILR. As you saw from my last video in USA, definitely trying to be a lot more aggressive for the rest of the season because the championship is unfortunately already over. Vlog Chaser Prize has won the championship, and we just really are going to be using these as kind of just like test sessions for next season, just trying very different setups and just my driving style and stuff as well. Coming into this race here, a track I hadn't done before. Main issue for me right now is just time because of my job and just commitments I have outside of work. I could only do this on the day. I think I've done a little bit of Mexico before, just in sprint lobbies, but nothing competitive or anything like that. So coming to this, pretty similar to USA, just really with no expectations at all. But the practice I did, which about an hour before the race to the 4 hours practice before this, was actually surprisingly really promising. Managed to get a setup down pretty nicely, and really around here you want to be electing for the one-stop strategy. So we're on the super soft tyre here, which is the hardest tyre. Just setting a lap in qualifying. This is actually my best qualifying lap, but this lap was very strong. Like, this was a very quick time for a super soft lap. And you can see some people on the hypersofts, like Joe's done a 12.8 on the hypersoft tyre, and we're going to come across the line here, and we've actually done a 14.0 on the supersoft, which is 2 compounds slower.
I got a 0.2. My super as well. I think we're the quickest super soft runners. Also got
so far, our fastest lap is a 1:14.0.
We've got a delta time.
So after that super soft lap, I was actually pretty confident going into this race. I hadn't done any running on the hypersoft in qualifying because I always assumed a one stop is definitely going to be far superior around here. But maybe that's something we should have done. I'm pretty sure I would have been well into the 12s if we were on the hypersofts here, but decided to go on the ultra soft, going for this one stop strategy. And you can see at the start of that clip there, actually made a little mistake, so we've actually completely backed off from this ultra soft lap. Something I've learned from my previous races is to make sure I put in enough fuel for 2 runs on the harder tyre, which I've done here. So luckily I got some fuel for 1 more run. So this is going to be a last stitch event, a one-shot qualifying now on this tyre. We're currently in P10 on the super soft tyre, actually out qualifying some people on the hypers and ultra soft as well. So the time is already actually pretty decent. They're going to come across the line now. And the best time I think I did the practice, I think I only got to do 2 sessions before. This was a 13.5. So spotting this braking zone here, hitting the apex, being a little bit cautious over these curves because it's very easy to cut. Almost running out wide here, getting the DRS, but that was a fairly cautious first few corners going to here. Now we've got to be braking super hard, trying to hit the apex, which you do middle of the corner, second gear, really throwing the car, being very aggressive on the wheel through here now. Second gear, third gear, short shifting just to avoid the wheel spin coming up here now. And through this little S's section, really enjoy this. Could have been a little bit more aggressive on each of these curves, but nice and aggressive for this left-hander. And for this one here, a little bit of just indecisiveness with the wheel. But overall, that was a fairly decent one. We're 4 attempts up on our time, so it's on point to be quite a good time at this point. Last sector here, clipping this pretty nicely. You can cut this corner so much and almost straight line this, but we just about stay within the limits of the track. Coming off this last corner, pretty decent exit, staying nice and tight to the pit wall. And we do a 13.2, which is a time I was very happy with due to the amount of practice I did for this race.
Don't know. I was looking forward to this. My first was looking good, but no, let's just go wide by a millimetre and get a warning twice. I'm just gonna be on mic and just go fucking ham. I'm literally gonna fucking fly through the field. Kids around me on supers and jumping them at stuff.
So Martin, a bit frustrated there because I think he had the same thing in the USA where he just kind of bottled his qualifying lap. But luckily, we got out qualified by Evo and Simon, but we actually out qualified Surprise on the same tyre. So our lap, I felt, as I said, just due to the running, only having 2 sessions before this.
This has pissed me off.
Mine again. But I was pretty happy about it. So optimistic going into this race, but putting a lot of fuel in the car, running and lean. 5 lights go out now, but we get a not good start at all. As I'm looking at my rev counter there, we were just far too harsh on the throttle at the start of the race. Just too many revs at the start, which means we've already lost the position to Surprise. But now we're going to go try and think about going round the outside, almost the inside of him here, but we have to leave a little bit of room to avoid contact. Losing the car almost a little bit, as Bacon has actually got down past me as well as a result of that. He's on the actual, I think he's on the hyper soft tyre. So we're going to go to the left hand side of him, retaking the position, and now there's a little bit of side-by-side action up ahead of us here. Trying to go around the outside because I don't want to be behind anyone on the hyper soft tyre. So going round the outside, almost trying to get Dralex as well, but we actually get that position back from Bacon Yum. So we have dropped 1 position in this race. Surprise got me at the start, but we're still within the height of the fight as we just get a warning, which warnings around here, so I've been told, and in practice I did, it's very hard not to get a penalty around here. So if we can have a clean race, then you're probably going to be jumping 1 or 2 or even multiple or a few positions in this race if you're close enough to the car in front. So that was really my target. As I said, just really drained for time right now. So having a good result, if I had a podium or something, I'd absolutely take that for this race. But the pace in practice, as I said, despite that, it felt really good. I really feel I've got a good setup at the moment. I just really need to just, as I did back in my old days, really just try and drill into it almost whenever I can, as much as possible. We go a little bit out wide here, and now we've got Veloce Alonso behind me, who's actually out. Well, he started outside the top 10, so he's actually on fresh ultra soft tyres, which definitely has a little bit of advantage, particularly between the end of the stint. So I know he's going to be putting me under a little bit of pressure now. Hypers don't really start going off till about like 5 or 6, but really it's very hard to do a one-stop on a hyper soft tyre, as I was told anyway. So apparently they're going to have to ping like lap 6 or 7 and going for a 2-stop strategy, whereas yeah, I think a 1-stop is definitely going to be a lot quicker here. But leaders still on the hyper soft tyre, so hopefully can still hold some people up. And now we've just got to try and get past these cars as quick as we can. If we can get past them, then we can really get onto the, really for the fight for that lead group, which is where I want to be at this point. So braking very late, almost actually did hit the back of Bastek a little bit here, which actually compromises our line coming off this turn 3. But luckily we still get a relatively good exit here. See, tyre wear is not too bad at all, and really running a lean and no ERS as much as possible, because ERS really is drained around here. Jeff is just, yeah, apparently because of high altitude, but we're going down the inside here, which is probably a little bit optimistic. Really wanted to kind of scare him offline, but I was very desperate to get past him. My aim really was to just get past him and then get Dralex on the straight, because I've got Alonso on those fresher ultra softs behind me, hassling me a little bit now. So I really wanted to get past him as much as I can, but we've actually got Alonso going down our inside now, actually pushing me out wide. So we're going to still fight this corner a little bit here. Not really leaving too much room because I probably wasn't too happy there. But yeah, he decided to go down inside there, which is not what I wanted. We actually lost a little bit of track to the guys in front here. And we're going to use DRS here, which we're just within the DRS zone. And we should be safe going down this main straight here. But lost a little bit of touch, but now this is the time where the hypers are really probably going to start going off a little bit. As you can see, there's quite a lot of cluster cars ahead of me, a good 4, 5 or 6 cars here. It's coming off this corner, running on the curb a little bit, and we actually lost the car. And yeah,
Let me know you're okay.
that is it. So we're going to look at a replay of that once again. Just need to grind a lot more for future races.
What happened? Let me know you're okay.